Because I know I gave 100%.
I know
I
you
don't know
did.
if you
I know
gave, you gave 98% when you were getting us lost. So maybe if you put the extra 2%, we would have been not eliminated by now.
Guys, I did not want to be talking with you today. I wanted you guys to go and win this thing. What are we doing here?
I don't know. We didn't want to be sitting down here talking to you two today, but
Here we are.
Here we are, the short kings of the Amazing Race Canada. You brought so much to the race, and I know I got so many DMs over the last week being like, oh man, I can't wait for you to meet those guys, but also I hope we never see that interview and they go all the way to the end. So I know Canada was rooting for you.
Yeah, we're so sorry to Canada because we wanted to go all the way, and it just felt like it just felt like there was just one thing after another, you know. So, and then because we're able to catch up at the singing challenge, and then we even left the hockey challenge at a decent place in the race, and then, spent some time at Specsavers, and then the accident thing happened. We got stuck in traffic, so it just seemed like it was just meant to be that we won't be there for long.
Does it feel meant to be? Is that the right way to frame all of this? Or is that kind of the place you've come to with some time away from it?
Oh, I think it was meant to be because I think we gave it our best in everything that we did. I think we were like genuine in everything that we did, and like the team that is gonna win is the team that deserves to win. That's how I see it. Because when looking about back at some of the challenges, like I never skated before, we never done hockey before, we've never rappelled down before, so we did a lot of things that we haven't done before. So, and with everything we did, we gave it 100% and with a smile on our face. So I think that we definitely, I don't think we could have done more than we did, So that's the truth. That's the truth. Because I know I gave 100%.
I know
I
you
don't know
did.
if you gave 98% when you were getting us lost. So maybe if you put the extra 2%, we would have been not eliminated by now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's always like funny to look back and say, okay, I could have done this, I could have done this, but when you're actually racing, there's so many factors that are playing in. Like the time you start racing during the day, you're just like in you're just going and you're just hoping for the next challenge to be one that favors you. And let's be honest, there's some challenges in the race that might work out to your favor. There might be some that might not work out to your favor. Like skating, we knew we didn't know how to skate, but we were like, it's hockey, let's just go give it a shot. And we had a fun time doing the challenge. And then even when we went to the Spec Saver challenge, like we got out of there, and then there's like the whole traffic thing. So it was just like one thing over the other. But overall, I wouldn't say I've come to the place that it was meant to be. It's just how it happened. That's where I would
Yeah.
say it was just how it happened, and we just have to live with it.
Yeah. And I think, if the goal of winning the Amazing Race is to have a whole country fall in love with you and want to see you on more reality TV, then you won for sure. Because I think this whole country will tune into whatever you guys want to do next.
Exactly.
I'd love to know, of all these firsts that you guys had doing these challenges and seeing the places that you saw, what's your favorite first from the race that you got to experience together?
Hmm. I think the fencing one was pretty fun because fencing is not something that I would normally do. Like it's not something I've done before. So to be, to have that experience in the very first leg, it was just kind of like, oh, this is a new activity that we could try like in the future. So it was like a nice, like, oh, we're actually on the Amazing Race. Like this is why we went on the Amazing Race to try things that we've never done before. So I think for me, I could say like the fencing
Yeah, I'd
was
say
in the
fencing as
spot.
well.
Yeah.
I'd say fencing as well. Or the mariachi one was really fun, but I don't know how to even describe that. So I think the fencing one was something that it's my first time definitely. It's definitely not pushing up a sled.
Oh my
No.
God. Well, that was actually one of my favorite moments from the episode because we saw other teams struggling with that challenge and we saw just how difficult it was. And then you guys showed up and it felt like boom, 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 we're up the hill, we're done, and we're on to the next thing. Like you guys bodied that challenge.
That was pretty quick.
We
I
were
think.
quick. We were in and out of that challenge. Like, and I think it was just because when we saw that there was another team there, we saw there were a few teams there. And we were like, okay, this was our moment to just redeem ourselves from the horrific day we've been having, and we were like, we're gonna give it 110%.
Yeah.
And oh boy, did we push that sled. We pushed and
Yeah.
pulled that sled. Like our lives literally depended on getting that sled up that hill and just being out of there quickly. And I'm glad it worked out, even though it came at disadvantage to Brennan and Sam. But at that point, we were like, we need to get ourselves out of this mess of being last
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
It was amazing to watch you guys just absolutely like Superman style get that thing done and out of there. We were all cheering here watching it. I wonder, like, in those moments where the challenges are so tough, but you guys are pretty confident that you can do it. Like, where does your friendship fall into a moment like that? And where does your like appreciation for each other shine in a moment like that? Was there a moment where you remember looking at each other being like, oh, yeah, this is ours for the taking? Like, we got this?
I think we both knew like we were physically strong. But then when we started pushing the sled and we knew, okay, this was going to be tough. And I remember just telling Osas, I was like, we can do this. And it's not like we can, we had no choice.
I think the thing was the with the sled one, the more people actually go on the hill, it just wears the snow. So everyone had already gone, and we were the last ones there.
Yeah.
So in terms of the heaviness, that wasn't so much a problem. It was I kept slipping and
Yeah, it was
falling
so
and
slippery.
slipping and falling. But we just
Right.
looked at each other and we just said we have no other choice but to do this. We have to do this. Like it's a physical challenge. That's our strength. So let's play to our strength, and that was what did it for us.
And you could tell how tired I was. Like, with me grabbing the ice and everyone's been making fun of me, but that shows you how much I was willing to go the distance just to make sure we got over that hill. And
That's why I said you did everything you could do. Like you were eating ice like a
Really
dog.
eating ice.
Like you gave it your best.
So and I'm glad it worked out to our favor. At least we can
Yeah.
always look back at that at that scene and know that even in the face of difficult circumstance, we can always like pull through for each other's.
Yeah. Well, about the eating ice thing, okay? This is the Amazing Race Canada. So I think you guys really brought the Canada to the race in that moment because we've all done that. Anyone making fun of you or anyone who has anything to say about that, we've all been there, okay? So I think you really nailed it with that one.
No, we're just previewing the next week's episode, and we saw that there's a eating challenge, and that was what I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
Like he ate ice, so that can tell you that eating challenge we would have been in and out of there so fast.
1 second, you would have been done.
Yeah, we would have been done. But you know what? Congrats to the other teams that made it all the way.
Yeah. Let's talk about the hockey challenge really quickly because I really thought I think that you really surprised a lot of people with once you got your legs under you, you did get in and out of there. And I mean,
Yeah.
not a lot of people get the opportunity to play with those players and be in the rink like that. So describe that experience for us. How surreal was that whole challenge?
Honestly, when we saw hockey, like we were excited.
But we both looked at each other like, oh.
Yeah, we had to decide who would be the goalie, who would be shooting, and then we were both excited. And then we both said, okay, we're both athletic, so we know that we're able to at least have some coordination. It's just the issue of skating. And so when we're sitting in the change room, we're looking at everyone, and then we see Grace and Joe coming up. Joe is telling people that he's never skated before since he was like 4 years old. So like we thought, okay, this might be easy. And then we start seeing what Joe's doing, and I'm like, okay, this guy is actually pretty good. We know Dimitri has skated before, so we know Dimitri is good. I had a feeling that EB and Blake would be good, but they turned out to be the worst one on the skating. So I was more afraid of EB and Blake because I just figured, they're also athletic too, so I thought they would be pretty good with that, but it turns out they were the ones who we actually knocked out.
Mm-hmm. And how did it feel to be with those professional players and being like on their home ice?
It felt really good. Like it felt surreal. Like especially when we had the whole like attire on, like like for me, walking with the goalie gloves and all the whole party. Like I've never been in any hockey arena in that scene before. It was. I have so much respect for hockey players, and I was like, this is not gonna be fun. Like I know my knees. Oh, my knees were bent down from like trying to like save couple of the pugs, but it was it was fun. It was new. It was exciting, and we were just like happy to be there, and we were happy we were not the last ones to leave that challenge.
Right. So next NHL draft, the Short Kings are going to be up there. You're going to get drafted to the Canucks. What do you say?
That's definitely happening. Don't worry about it. That's happening.
We might be drafted just to be cheerleading, but you never know. I don't think anyone's going to draft us for our hockey or goalkeeping skills, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Who knows? I feel like this whole country is going to want to know what you guys are racing and doing next. So, what do you want to say to Canada at the end of this amazing race, but the start of whatever you're going to be bringing to our screens next?
We are so grateful for this opportunity. It was so much fun. We genuinely had so much fun. We can't even like explain how much fun we had. If there is any other opportunity to see us back on your screens, just tell us. We'll be there. You just have to tell us. As you can see, I know how to wear a wig. He looked like Elvis Presley. We know how to do. We know how to do what we need to do. So just call us up at the nearest opportunity. We'll be there.
Everyone will
Yeah.
get in the comments and tag the shows they want to see you guys on. How's that
Yes, let
sound?
them do that.
And then we'll show up.
Yeah, and I think Osa said it well. Like we really, really had a good time on the show, but we also just want to inspire anyone who's ever had doubts about like applying on the show, feeling like I'm not good enough. We just want to let them know like you just have to apply with what you have because we went into the show knowing like okay, we were not 100% good at everything, but we knew if we had the right attitude, we were going to just give it our best. So you don't have to be the best at hockey. You don't
Or
have
at
to be the best
anything.
at anything. You just have to be who you are and just be willing to just give your 100% of what you are. So,
How about this? You don't have to be the best at everything, but give everything your best.
all right.
Come on.
All right. All
Hey,
right. That
yes.
also gives you the mic drop comments there.
Come on.
But yeah, I think that's just all our messages to like just embrace the challenges that come and don't limit yourselves based on where you're at. So yeah, that's all I
I
have to
love
say.
it. Well, thank you guys for all the positivity that you brought to the race. You were so fun to watch, and I know people are going to be eager to see what you do next and not just devastated that you're not on this season of The Amazing Race anymore. It's all about what's next for the Short Kings, so we'll be waiting.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Hope you have a good day.
You were so fun to
Yeah,
talk
you
to.
too. If you liked that interview, there's more coming with all of the eliminated teams from The Amazing Race Canada right here on Late Night Scrolling. So make sure to hit subscribe, and we'll be back next week with the next eliminated team from The Amazing Race.